EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for January 14th, 2020. We have the same frontal boundary that was off to our south yesterday is now going to creep a little bit further northward today, and there will be a few showers that will come into the picture here, generally during the afternoon hours today, but there could be a few showers lingering into very early evening in a few spots, and might start in our far southern areas as early as late morning. But this is just light showers and quickly moving through, not amounting to too much. As we get over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar, I'm going to start this off at 11 a.m., and you can see some showers near the Pennsylvania-Maryland border here, and they're going to work their way northeastward. And these are just scattered showers again. They're not going to be heavy. This goes through the afternoon hours here, and by the time we get to early evening, which is right about here, you see it start to wind down and then move away. This is now looking at 7 p.m. You can see pretty much has exited the region at that point. So just a few showers this afternoon. It will be very similar in temperatures to what we saw yesterday, mid-40s or thereabout, and then not dropping below freezing overnight, although any evening showers are going to give way to clearing as we get into the overnight hours tonight, and no chance of precipitation beyond that. So that's a good thing. So once we get into Wednesday, we're going to remain mild, and actually even milder than we are going to be today. Temperatures are going to get up close to the 50-degree mark, maybe even lower 50s, low to mid-50s down here in our far southeastern areas. And we have another system that's going to come in pretty quickly that's going to move through on Wednesday night. Could be a few showers with this in the overnight period as well. This will be in the form of rain, though. No snow or ice to deal with this. And once this system moves away, it's going to strengthen as it gets by New England here. So they're going to get a pretty good interior northern New England snow event out of this before it pulls away. This system is going to be very important for setting up the height field behind it for our next system that's going to come in over the weekend, which is what everybody's talking about for our area. There is a snow event coming this weekend, and we're getting increasingly more confident that this is going to occur. It's not an issue so much of whether it happens or not, but now an issue of timing the how much snow you get on the front end of this, and it might be in some areas not changing over at all, as the trends today have been to turn this to a little bit colder and get the cold air at the surface a little bit longer. As I said in the previous video when we did this for Monday morning, they're going to go back. Models are going to go back and forth in these solutions, run to run, and over the next couple of days. So we're not going to have any fine-tune aspects of this storm until we get later in the week. But we're starting to get a better clue as to what's happening with this. And from this point, we're looking at everything from a probability-based standpoint. That is leaning toward more snow and accumulating snow. And in some places, actually a lot of places in the interior, we're looking at a plowable snowfall on Saturday. So here is a look at Thursday. This is going to clear out. We're going to have these isobars kind of tight together here. So we're expecting a windy day as well. Partly cloudy, though, and windy conditions with northwesterly winds coming in 15 to 25 miles per hour with higher gusts than that. And that's just the sustained winds. We'll have gusts that are going to be in the over 30 easily during the day here on Thursday. And temperatures will start off warmer in the morning and then fall off later in the day as this cold air advects into the region. By the time we get to Friday, we are mostly sunny with high pressure in control. This is Friday. Here's that system coming in for the weekend. But Friday is going to be a partly to mostly sunny day with highs not too far from freezing. We're going to have some areas that don't get above freezing at all here on Friday. So that's quite the shock if you think about it. 32 degrees for a high on Friday, and it was just mid to upper 60s this past weekend, and it's only a few days removed from that. So it's going to be quite the shock, but we're getting back to reality again once we get toward the end of the week, and that's going to stay that way for a while, it looks like, folks. So get used to it. That little blip this weekend, it was enjoyable. You were able to get out and enjoy, open up some windows, enjoy the weather and the warmer temperatures, maybe do some things outside that are normally you have to wait until spring to do. That's no longer going to be the case going forward, unfortunately. So Friday's partly to mostly sunny, highs in the low to mid 30s, and then getting cold again overnight with lows in the lower 20s. We're going to have increasing clouds on Friday night, and I think very early Saturday early to mid morning, we're going to have this snow move in from west to east. Now, this is an overrunning event, which means that you have an area of low pressure here that has a warm front associated with it sticking out here like this. At the same time, you have strong high pressure sitting over southeastern Canada that's going to be funneling in cold air, at least at the onset. So it's going to keep the cold air in place at the surface. So all this precipitation that's coming in as this low is moving eastward or east-northeastward, kind of like in this direction like this, is going to be moving ahead of this warm front right here. And that's going to give you the snow on Saturday. And it's going to fall through much of the day here on Saturday at varying rates. It could even be some heavier snow as we get in the afternoon as that gradient gets closer. Once you get closer to that gradient where the warm air is meeting up with that cold air, the precipitation rates will increase. Okay, so in order to get the heaviest rates, you got to smell the rain, is what they say, and that's true, because you have the gradient in this particular image. This is looking at late afternoon on Saturday at 4 p.m. now. The front's still down here, so everything up here is still snow, but you're close enough to that boundary where you're getting some of that heavier snow rates because of that and extra lift. This area low pressure is still right here, so it's going to move eastward, and it may come far enough northward where it changes over at the very end for central and southern areas to, very briefly, to some rain and some drizzle. Areas further south, you see that changeover occurs a little bit faster, so areas across southern New Jersey, southeast PA, you might have some light changes over to just rain and some light rain for a couple hours before it ends. But this does look like it's going to wrap up on Saturday evening or overnight, and then it moves away here for Sunday. As far as accumulations, it's a little too early to determine, but again, we're going probability based. So I'm going to pull up a probability map here, and this is the probability of total snowfall greater than or equal to 6 inches. And this is anything here that is north of this line right here where I'm drawing. Everything north of that is a 50% chance or better of seeing 6 inches or greater of snow. That's a big area. That's a plowable snow event for the interior. And once you get up at each step up here in color, when it changes colors here, it is going up this, this is going to be the 60% tile here. This is the 70% tile. So it keeps going up as you go further north, the probability of meeting or exceeding 6 inches of snow. And some of our snow contractors have told me, well, 6 inches is plowable, yes, but it actually starts at like 3 or 4. So, okay, here's the probability of exceeding 3 inches at this range. Now, this is a 5-day lead here, so this is going to change around a little bit, but this is a pretty good signal at this range. This is for a plowable event for chances of exceeding 3 inches or more. Anywhere north of this, and this red is 90% or greater. Okay, so this whole area here is under a pretty good chance of getting that. Areas further south and east, which are marginal, we still have to work that out. Maybe it gets a little colder and gets more areas involved, especially down towards areas by Philadelphia, parts of South Jersey and Delaware. But I do think you're going to get central northern New Jersey should get hit pretty good. Most of Pennsylvania, as far as the interior away from the city, should have a good chance of getting a pretty decent amount of snow out of this. Whether or not it changes over or when is still to be determined. We're going to iron that out in the next couple of days here. We're still several days away from this. We're talking about Saturday. Today's only Tuesday, so we got a couple days to look at this. Ongoing model analysis is in the premium forum. We started that yesterday. We are going to continue it every single day leading up to the storm, and then for any subsequent events that come in after that. Back on Sunday, we're going to be partly to mostly cloudy. We'll expect here on Sunday, so the sun should come back out, but it's still going to be temperatures in the low to mid 30s for highs, so you're not really going to get much snow melt behind this at all. And then especially not here on Monday. Monday we're partly cloudy and temperatures aren't getting out of the 20s in most locations. May get to 30 in our far southeastern areas, but it's going to be pretty cold here on Monday heading into next week. So this is going to be the theme going forward. We're going to be cold, so any snow you're getting is going to be sticking around for a little bit. It's not just going to melt and go away, so you will have to remove it on Saturday evening or maybe Sunday when this system goes away. But the probability is increasing for an accumulating snowfall and a plowable snowfall for at least the interior on Saturday. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is our outlook for January 14th, 2020. Have a great Tuesday.